Hey guys, good morning. It is Wednesday, day 3 of our cruise, and we are docked in Ensenada, Mexico. So actually we watched them back the boat in here, which is pretty cool. Well, I guess they didn't back it. We drove in like, head first, if you will, and then it's kind of like we made a right turn, like you would in a car, and brought the tail end around, and we slid right into this thing. It's pretty sweet. But most of the actions down here today is where people will be heading, unless they're on an excursion.
Morning, morning.
Good morning.
Coffee, somebody like coffee?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Take a look at the video. Any food allergies here?
No.
No.
As we were leaving, we saw this beautiful staircase and then a replica of the statue of David, so we looked around. We took some pictures in here. This is a great room too. Nice and open and spacious. I could say that about both dining rooms. Then we worked our way to the Versilia pool bar, as you can see there. This was at the back of the ship, I think. I get turned around, but I think this was the back. And they had a little pool out here, straddled by 2 hot tubs on either side. It was really nice, even though no one was in it right there, but I do think they were open, or maybe they were just about to open. There is that shallow area along the side of the pool and then like bench. We did ask, and you are allowed to sit there and have your drink. So that was kind of cool. So you have your feet in the water if you want. Next, we walk upstairs to the next level. Still great views. In fact, even more so, really. You didn't have the walls and sides really impeding on you. You had these glass windows. All the chairs too. That was another thing that stood out to me, was how many open chairs there were. Lots of seating available basically all the time. Another cool thing is there was these little nooks and crannies everywhere around the ship where you could sit down, really nice cushy chairs. There was games, either ping pong or foosball or actual board games, that you could just hang out and have your own little corner. This was the basketball court. It was used, I think, almost all the time as well. We saw several different games going on at different times. This is a nice little seating area here. I don't think they're doing it right this second. She was just telling us. So the announcement was that at some point they're going to do a safety drill and that we may hear different alarms. So that'll be fun. But we're actually in port, even though we're not going to get off the ship today. We found this nice little lounge area up here on deck 10 or 11. I think technically 11. We're actually above the basketball court behind me, and this is really fantastic. I could sit here all day. Maybe I would. We made our way to the arcade, which was honestly a little hard to find up those stairs there, but they had a decent selection of games. You loaded up a little card on these kiosks here. I will say I thought they were rather expensive. I thought per play, it took a lot of credits, so to speak, and you weren't exactly getting like a ton of credits for the $20 or $40 that you were putting on your card. I'm sure the rates can change, but for us, I just felt it was a little steep. The games, though, I thought were really cool. That's, I guess, the whole point, right? It's very enticing, makes you want to do it for sure. I just did think it was a little expensive, especially if you thought you could spend, several hours up there. All right, we're up here. See the ropes course, which they're working on, as well as there's some putt-putt up there. This is actually a retractable roof. This drops down into the Lido deck where we started the cruise. We got this cool glass window here. And then some water slides and a splash pad, which is pretty awesome. It's like 2 at the very top and then 1 right a level below it. And there's plenty of chairs. I guess not a lot of sun soakers right now. But yeah, they have this blocked off because they got this boom lift up here. Oh yeah, and I took off my sandals because it is slippery up here. I definitely slipped when I was walking around. So, gotta kind of be careful up here. Looks like I can go up the stairs here though. Yeah. It's mini golf. Some more of the ropes course. I guess this is where you would normally start it. So it looks like you gotta be 48 inches tall to do the rope split. Here's what the buffet looks like for lunch on day 3, Wednesday. It's closed right now though. I apologize, I know we've been jumping around a lot. But we moved back down to the Lido deck. We just got a table, been hanging out until noon when the food place is open, which is right now. Get in line for Guy's Burger Joint. Hopefully this doesn't take too long now that the line's started. It's out here on the Lido, there's the pool over there. We'll see. Looks like I'm close to 10 people back. So I just realized there's 2 lines. So there's a line over there, and there's a line over here. I think that's good to know. I'm still happy with my position here, but I did not realize that. My total time in line was somewhere around 7 to 8 minutes. Thought it went by relatively quickly. People were customizing their burgers quite a bit, which they were happy to do so. You just had to ask. Alright, here's my double ringer burger. He didn't understand what I said, and he'd already started making it, so I meant for 2 patties on one. It's all good. I'm heading back to our table, which is through here. The buffet is now open. Marzz is back with her food. Got some macaroni salad, it looks like.
Nice.
Pasta. Mac and cheese and egg roll.
Some pozole.
Some pozole. A margarita, and then a cheese and bread plate with some hard-boiled eggs. Looks pretty good. We're out here on the Serenity deck. That's level 15, the front of the ship. Restrooms and a rinse shower, hot tub, lounge chairs, bar, but it doesn't look to be open. A lot of loungers out here.
I've been more quiet in there, but it's kind of loud.
Yeah. Here's a quick look at the water slides. Sadly, Marzz and I did not get on these, but they looked fun. It's our towel. I think it's a brontosaurus. Like a dinosaur. Yeah, so we had lunch. It's actually really nice. We just chatted with our friends and had a nice lunch and just took it easy. We checked out the Serenity deck, which we just showed you. It was a little full. I mean, we wanted to get in the hot tub really, but there's a lot of people in there. So right now we're just gonna hang out, enjoy our room for a little bit. All right, daiquiri and cider.
So refreshing.
It's pretty good for a premix. But we're back here at the back of the ship. Enjoying the hot tub, babe? Yeah, relaxing.
Yeah, I hope very similar.
Yeah.
Feel like mellow.
Yeah, it's pretty good to be relaxed. For our dinner, we got seated right next to the window, which I thought was pretty awesome. We had a great view. This is us pulling away from Ensenada. I got a double shrimp cocktail this time, as I found out you can actually order up to 3 appetizers. It's all included still. Marzz got some ceviche, although she said it was a little oily. And this is what I was referencing earlier. They do some dancing in the main dining halls as well, but it's not as much as the other place. Alright, we're back in our room. Had a really good dinner. I think I forgot to film it again. I'm sorry. But I had a steak of some sort with a little bit of mashed potatoes and green beans. Marzz had linguine and pasta and clams, right?
Yeah, linguine and clams.
And I had
a ceviche for appetizer.
Yeah, and I had a shrimp cocktail for appetizer. I think we showed you those.
I had a little bit of a tiramisu.
Yeah, and I had the chocolate cake. I think I showed you that. I think for some reason I didn't film the dinner, but oh well.
We were watching the little kids.
Well, and I think by the time it came, we were pretty hungry, so I think we just dug in.
And then I tried a cocktail called the Summer Breeze. It's not for me. It was too tasted like a fake Jolly Rancher, but sour. It was not good. But it's the first day. I'm actually really dizzy.
We'll try something different, maybe.
So
Be something easier for you later.
Yeah, I'm taking some Dramamine right now because the boat taking off from Ensenada is like way too moving.
Yeah, so we're moving pretty good. I'll show you. We're moving pretty well. Tomorrow is our day at sea. So we don't really have plans. I know we're gonna probably go out this evening, hang out with our friends. go wherever we're going. But yeah, tomorrow's our day at sea, so that means no one's getting off the ship. It means the ship's gonna be busier than it has been. But other than that, I think we should be fine. Gonna kind of wrap out this day, but we'll try to take you along with us as much as we can. And again, I can't say enough about our balcony. We absolutely loved it. We sat out here for quite a while, hence the time lapse. But we have views like this, sunset, sunrise, just fantastic. We loved it. Later on in the evening, we found ourselves at the piano bar. They were making pretty good drinks here, and the pianist was great. She was doing some interactive stuff, kind of name that tune, but doing movie themes and other stuff. She had some good trivia, as well as just fun facts about certain songs. So we actually enjoyed this. We ended up coming back the next night as well. But really cool spot. We thought it was really comfortable. Never seemed to be super full, so there was almost always some seating. So if you're looking for somewhere to hang out and you're on the ship, come check out the piano bar. Alright, so they did a 80s rock and glow party on the Lido deck this night. As you can imagine, I have to remove the sound, get a lot of copyright hits on this, but they did a good job. They played a lot of big hits. They played everything from some pop and hip hop to rock and roll and classic rock, that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of fun, very interactive. They had the camera out too, putting people up on the big screen, so it was a lot of fun.
The 80s party is jumping. Everyone's having a really good time. We got the entertainment director out here. She's doing a good job getting the crowd pumped up. A lot of fun tonight on Ensenada day 3. And yeah, look, kudos to them. This is a lot of fun.
It was about a 20-minute line to get some pizza after the party. So we're back in our room from 80s night. We got some pizza at the after the ship. And we're going to probably watch a little bit of TV. It is 11:40 p.m., so it's pretty late. And then it's bedtime, and then we got our day at sea tomorrow, and we'll take you along with us. Alright guys, that was day 3. A lot going on this day. As you saw, we started off with breakfast at Michelangelo's.
But before that, we had room service.
We still had our room service, just coffee basically and our pastries, which is great. That truly was one of our favorite things, and that alone I think made it worth getting the balcony.
Yeah, especially since we weren't gonna be embark at Mexico, so we were spending the day on the ship. So started nice and slow with some coffee and watching the ocean.
Yeah, but we went to breakfast, and I like that experience too. Basically, the difference was you had a waiter, obviously a bigger selection too, which was all included. So if you are looking for basically hot items, right? Because you can order, for example, I saw on there like a breakfast sandwich you can get as room service, but you do pay for that. I think it was like $7 or $8. So if you want those items and you're willing to leave your room, then just do that, and you kind of do the workaround.
Yeah, and for me, I just like in the morning having a cup of coffee or decaf, and then just hanging out for a little bit because I don't get hungry right away. So this was nice because we were able to have breakfast a little bit later with our friends, and it was the nice just having that moment to just settle with coffee for a bit, wake up, get dressed, get ready, and then start like, all right, let's go and do things.
Yeah, and I remember too, we did walk around a little bit. I think I showed you guys, and one thing I commented was there's tons of seating on this ship. Just lounge chairs or regular benches or chairs, just all over the place. And then there's those little nooks and crannies that we found where,
Rocking chairs?
there's foosball and yeah, rocking chairs and just all kinds of stuff, which was really, really nice. I almost wish we had more time just to sit in different places and enjoy the views and have a drink or something.
Next trip we'll have to do like, sitting in this
more
over
sitting,
here,
yeah.
in every part of the cruise ship, the front, the back, the middle.
Yeah, but that part was fun, and then we actually went to the Lido deck buffet for lunch. This was our first time at the Lido deck for the buffet. I know that's kind of the main draw for most people, but this was our first time going there, and I thought it was great. I actually, though, cheated and I didn't use it. I went to Guy's, but Marzz did.
Yeah, so we talked about going back to Michelangelo's because we've enjoyed it. But then I was like, no, I don't really want to eat a whole plated lunch. I'd rather just like pick a few small items and just watch the sea from that because it's a lot higher. of a view, so I was like, it'll be nicer. So we went there, and they had quite the selection. So there was 2 sections. One's like a family style buffet row, and then the other one is more geared towards adults. So like no chicken tenders and like pasta, that sort of stuff like they had in the kids section. But they did have like fruits and salads. They had 2 soup options. They had a Mexican food section because we were in the Mexico area. They also had some Italian food that you can choose from. They had like a cheese platter area too, and like breads and desserts. So it was like your standard buffet, and the food was pretty good. And then what we also saw is if you had the drink package, they had like the fountain stations too, where if you have the drink package, since you use your card, like there was like a pour your own beer and wine section.
Yeah, it was a tap.
Yeah, so you tapped your room card, and then you can pour yourself your pint, and that was nice. And then they had like the all you care to enjoy soda juices station thing, and again, if you had the juice and soda package, you tapped your card and then you're able to use it.
Yeah, it's like I showed you guys. So the buffet wasn't open right away, so there is times where it's down, and that's where they change it over. But I was gonna say is, yeah, it's nice to have that option if you just don't want to wait in line or don't want to have to basically talk to anybody. You can go get your beer or wine at those taps. Yeah, we went back to Michelangelo's for dinner. Again, we were pretty happy with the meals we had in there. One thing we learned is you can order multiple appetizers.
Like yo and a little ham on that. That's true. It looked like everybody around me was ordering doubles, and everyone at the end was like, "We're so stuffed."
Well, keep in mind, like that shrimp cocktail, I think came with like 3 or 4 pieces of shrimp. So yeah, I ordered 2 on at least one of the nights. I don't remember if it was this one or not, but you can order up to 3 appetizers plus your entree and then your dessert. But afterwards, we ended up finding the piano bar on this night, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was a nice place to just kind of relax and have a drink, and they made it entertaining, so it was kind of something to do if you just didn't want to sit there and talk, and which I would suggest if you're going to do that, go to a different lounge. But
yeah, because I know one of the other nights we had gone to the like the fashion bar, and that one was just music, so you could like background music, so you can talk, and if you wanted to dance, there was a dance area, but it wasn't one of those like hop and club kind of places, which was nice. And then the piano bar, they turned it into like a trivia game almost. Like she would play the song in, I would say, classical style, and then you had to guess what song it was, and that was kind of fun.
yeah, I thought it was really good. Yeah, Marzz got a lot of the questions right, which was pretty cool.
Questions, right?
And yeah, we did go to the Moda bar. I think it was the night before, and we had a good time. They were singing a lot of Creedence Clearwater Revival is what they happened to be doing. But it was just nice, and like Marzz says, even though it was kind of loud because it's live music right there, it was meant as more like background music, so you could totally have a conversation with the group. Now, one thing that was happening this particular night was 80s night. So at 10 p.m., up on the Lido deck, they started the party. They had a DJ up there playing 80s hits, so it was kind of a dance party on the floor. The cruise director came out. She said a few words and kind of kept it going, and it was a lot of fun. I want to say it went for, 45 minutes or so? 30, 45 minutes?
And then they started it a little bit earlier, like playing the music, so people were up there ahead of the party time, being able to just enjoy themselves and dancing. And then they had the camera guys like putting people on the big screen, and the kids were loving that too. They would throw crazy dance moves to get put up on the screen.
Yeah, so on that, so there was some kind of discussion between our friends and us what time we were supposed to be there, because I think somewhere it said 10:15, and then somewhere else it was 10. They ended up getting there a little early at 10 basically, and it was already going, and we got there about 10:15. So yeah, that's kind of why we mentioned that.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty cool. People dressed up, and they were all in theme. It was kind of nice. And then the crew handed out like these light up sticks for people to partake in the party. And it was also people that were in the balconies on the next deck that had the view of the party. They also got glow sticks too to dance and stuff. So that was kind of fun. It was like 2 stories of people just having a good time. And then they still had the coffee, teas, and drink station open. So if you wanted to get something, you could. And the
Yeah.
little coffee shop that you pay for, that was opened as well.
The bar was open too, so you had all the normal facilities up on the Lido during this
And
time.
there's still some kids swimming in the pool.
Yeah, and then afterwards, we split up. Our friends went back to their room, but we went to the pizza bar at the back. And yeah, there was a decent line. We probably waited 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe at most.
But they were pumping out
Yeah, they were
slices.
moving pretty quick. But we got a couple slices each, which was really nice. Kind of hit the spot late at night. We took that back to the room, as you saw, and enjoyed that. That was a really good way to end the night.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna fall asleep eating my pizza slice because I was so tired.
Now, this was our day at Ensenada. We didn't get off, though. We stayed on the ship. We had a really good time doing that. We just kind of explored a little more. I did go to the casino for just a little bit, which I mentioned to you guys. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't miss it. We'd been there before, so for us, there just wasn't a big draw this time. And I was okay with that.
Yeah, because especially with my condition, this was more of a let's just take a break and relax. I didn't want to overdo it and then have to worry about the trek back to the ship when it's something that we've already done in the past and done the touristy things there. So it was more of a, all right, let's just relax and take it in day by day, see how we do.
Yeah. I hear, though, if you get off the ship and you go have some street corn, be very careful. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye,
Bye.
Carson.
Hey, bye, Arsen.
Bye.